Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Maybe not. My AirPod, there we go. I think I'm connected now. Let me know if the audio is bad. I got the AirPods in. If they don't work, I have a backup. Luis Ramirez says, "Yep, I guess they're working." All right. Yeah, we got some things to go over. I got some books to show off. I got in the mail here uh, this week. A couple cool looking books, some exclusives, some books that are doing pretty well, that are hot at the moment. First, comic news. Thank you for joining me. I know it's late. This is definitely a late live stream for me, 10 o'clock. I'm usually I'm usually in bed by 10 or 10:30. So yeah, I had a late golf round in the evening. It ended around 8 o'clock. So yeah, I got a little bit of energy more than normal. So I figured this would be a good time to maybe highlight a few things. First, comic news. I like this website for a couple reasons. It's just kind of an easy format. It's got news breaking down by different publishers. You don't get a lot of pop-up ads like you do with Bleeding Cool and CBR, which I used to use them in the past. I just prefer this site, firstcomicnews.com. I would check them out and bookmark them, especially if you like looking at like what pre-orders are coming out. They really do a good job of breaking down pre-orders by publisher. Right now, I'm just kind of looking through the news items. I did see this earlier today. Tom King, famous for kind of ruining Batman. I suppose that's kind of what he's known for. He's a hot and cold writer. He's written some decent stuff in the past. I don't hate everything he's done. I certainly did not care for his Batman run, but he's teaming up with Dan Parent for an Archie story. I think it's called The Decision. Archie the Decision. It's just a one shot, all ages one shot. Um, Dan Parent is famous for doing a lot of Archie covers. He kind of has that Archie style of art that works well. But the two of these got together. I guess they met a few years ago at a Comic Con and struck up a relationship, a kinship, and they are going in together, collaborating on a Archie book. Who knows? It might be worth taking a look at, but let's see. It says in the sixth paragraph here, Parent has been regularly illustrating stories featuring every Riverdale character since 1987, including historic moments like the introduction of Archie's first openly gay character, Kevin Keller, and the Love Showdown crossover that brought wild card Cheryl Blossom into the spotlight. Story contains all the elements of the classic Archie madcap comedy with a modern twist. Parent continued, "It's an honor and a privilege to team up with the best writer in modern comic books." Did he really say that? He's the best writer in modern comic books? All right. I wouldn't put him in the top 10, but whatever. The fact that he's a great guy and a friend doesn't hurt either. So of course they have a relationship, right? Of course. This is an epic, riotous story featuring scores of Archie characters where Dan and I wrestle with the greatest dilemma in the near 85-year history of comics. And I'm not sure we can solve it, but like all of Riverdale, we're going to have a ton of fun trying. So I don't know, but I don't really buy Archie comic books, but I do find it interesting that Tom King has decided that that's the direction he's going in. Oh boy. Seems like he's fallen quite a bit from the highs of Batman. Batman will destroy a lot of good writers. Look at Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder is still trying to carve a name for himself in the independent comic book land, with not a whole lot of success, I must add. So I don't know. I guess Tom King is joining that illustrious spot of comic book writers that after Batman, especially if they did not do the greatest. I think Scott Snyder's run of Batman was actually pretty good overall. I think it kind of fell a little bit near the end of his run, but definitely he brought some great character developments, some new characters to light. Him and Capullo were a great team on that famous Batman run. Tom King's run, definitely not near as good. And lately, it seems like they're both struggling. Tom King has done a lot of one-shot story arcs. He's been doing Wonder Woman. I guess that's his regular writing gig, or has been his regular writing gig. Has been Wonder Woman. But for the most part, he's pretty high he's pretty much off the pedestal that we all had hopes for him at one point, but it doesn't seem like. I don't think Archie is a way to get back into the higher echelon of great writing. So I don't know. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he writes a good story and gets people interested. Let's see. What else we got going on here? G.I. Joe. Transformers and G.I. Joe seem to be pretty good books. We got Destro #1. I think that dropped this month, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I guess it will be in comic shops June 19th. Yeah. So I did see the solicitations for it. I think that's your main cover right there. Of course, there'll be a bunch of incentive covers. There's going to be a 1 in 100 John Boy Myers, a 1 in 250 David Mack cover. That should be interesting. Yeah, I love Destro. I thought, I'm going back to the 1980s comic book, or cartoon rather, and I always thought Destro was a cool character. He sort of was the only one that stood up to Cobra Commander, basically called him an idiot a lot of times, and they were at odds quite a bit. I don't know. I just thought Destro was a cool character. Yeah. They didn't really do a good job of representing him in those G.I. Joe movies. I thought the first G.I. Joe movie was okay. The second one was god awful. And obviously, it was so bad that they never made the third. So I don't know. Is G.I. Joe ever going to be in a live action again? Possibly. If it's done the right way, it could be good, but that remains to be seen. What else do we have here in comic book news? Oh yeah, there's a new Violator series coming out in August. Spawn universe continues to expand. Man, that's a crazy looking cover. Who did that cover? That's got to be Philip Tan or somebody like that. Looks like that might be interior art. Oh, there's a Kyle Holtz cover. That's definitely a Kyle Holtz cover. Look at all that crazy detail. I think these might be some internal art. Maybe they're covers. I can't really tell. Oh, cover A right there is going to be by Piotr Kowalski. Cover B is by Matina. I don't think they have that pictured. That's definitely a Kyle Holtz cover. C cover by McFarlane. Yeah. So they don't mention Kyle Holtz cover, but that is definitely a Kyle Holtz cover. This one right here. Oh, it looks like that's issue 2. Okay. All right. That might be interesting. I think I'll give that a read. I'll pick up the first couple of issues and check it out. That looks good. I like Spawn. At least the first few issues, I'll give it a try and see if it grabs me. The writing, see if the writing is any good. What else we got here? Let's go to let's go to some of the previews. I think they have some cover art on some books that are being released. I think in the month of June and July. Um, Conan the Barbarian. Number 14, ongoing. Okay. That definitely is a Jay Lee cover. Very nice. Who did that cover? It looks somewhat. I think that might be. Is that Doug? Yeah, that might be Doug Braithwaite, maybe. Hard to tell what the art is on some of these. That's definitely Sager, Stuart Sager. And that one, that's the Braithwaite one. Okay, that's a cool looking cover. Big old giants. Very cool. I like that cover. So Conan, yeah, Conan's been pretty good. I've been reading most of the issues. I've been liking it. I think is it Titan Comics is doing it? Yeah, Titan Comics. Savage Sword of Conan as well. That's magazine sized. The Dave Dorman covers have been awesome. I think he's continuing to do them. There's also, I think Carrie Nord is doing one of the covers too. Very nice. Yeah, I think that does it for that publisher. Marvel Comics. Blood Hunt will still be going on. I think that goes until the end of July, if I'm not mistaken, that whole storyline. I'm not going to pick up every single satellite issue of Blood Hunt. I think what I'm going to do is pick up the main series. I might pick up the Wolverine, the Blade. There'll be 2 or 3 that I'll be picking up to read. But I definitely want to read the main Blood Hunt and definitely the Red Band, where you can see slightly different outcomes in the storyline. So if you read the first 2 issues of Blood Hunt Red Band, you can see that there's a slightly different twist at the end of each of those issues. Yeah, it makes it interesting. I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so far I like the Blood Hunt. I think it's interesting. It's not bad. Marvel's done an okay job promoting it. We'll see if it ends well. I don't know if they'll be able to continue with it, keep up the momentum. That's tough to do sometimes. All right. Yeah, so let's talk about a few comic books. Well, we'll recognize a couple of people in the chat here too. We got Luis Ramirez, GTK Comic, and we got Kenneth Bird also stopping by. So good to see all of you. Yeah, I think the next thing I wanted to do was show a few books, and then we'll look at some crazy pricing lately on some of the books that are hot at the moment. It's kind of good to keep track of what's going on. So this was an exclusive that I got just this week. I'm a Comic Mint insider, and they had a deal where if you bought one of the regular exclusives, you got the second one for free. So I ended up getting an extra exclusive for free, and I sold it on eBay. So it ended up paying for the copy that I'm keeping. So that's so basically my cost basis on this is 0. I paid for it by selling my second copy that I got for free. I had to pay shipping, so I still came out ahead on that because I ended up selling it for like 30, like over $35 on eBay. So this is Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III, and that's an Ivan Tao cover. Just really cool. I like how Deadpool is stabbing him through the side, and Wolverine is just reaching back and stabbing him through the chest with his claws. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I dig it. I like it. It's pretty cool. It's definitely one to just kind of stick in your PC. It's bloody. It's nasty. I'm looking forward to that movie. When's that come out? July, I think in the middle of July, if I'm not mistaken. First week of July, second week. I think when it comes out, I'm going to be traveling on vacation, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to see it until I get back. Probably not until I get back. So I probably won't see it in the theater unless it stays, yeah, unless it stays late in the theater. At least if it stays in the theater a couple months, I should be able to see it. This is a book that I've talked about. I've posted on Instagram quite a bit. Um, I got 2 copies coming of this book. I still don't have the second copy, but I got one of them in the mail recently, and that's Godzilla 70th anniversary. This is the Art Adams 1 in 50 incentive variant. So it's a tough book to get. If you think about it, it's a one shot. It's a $10 one shot. So, a store is going to have to spend what retail. It's $500. Obviously they get it at a discount from there. But it's a lot of money to shell out for a one shot book. Even though there's several covers, there's a 1 in 10, there's a 1 in 25. But the 1 in 50, I think, is definitely the best cover. I'm not a big Art Adams fan either. It's not like I love all of his covers. I think here and there he does a good one. This one's definitely very good. I would have known that this was an Art Adams cover. If you showed me this cover, I wouldn't have guessed that it's an Art Adams cover, but it is. And it just kind of has that old poster 1950s feel to it. I don't know. It's just cool. And if you go on eBay right now, I'm pretty sure it's still, at least they're asking good money. I think the highest copy sold so far was at $300 just the other day. It was like 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, I mean, you can see what they're asking. $500, free shipping. There's 13 people watching it. You've got another $500 free shipping. Now there's an auction that ends in 2 days. 8 bids on it currently, up right now up to $182.50. So maybe that'll come in less than the $400 or $500 price range. Oh, there's a buy it now for $350. Another one for $400. And then you get into the 1 in 50s, the 1 in 10s. Even the 1 in 10s going for double ratio. It's pretty good. It's a thick book. I haven't read it yet, but it looks like there's some cool stories in it. It's kind of a compilation of stories, different artists, different writers. It looks good though. I mean, it looked pretty interesting. But that's it. What do you get? 5 copies on eBay. That's it. Only 5. This is definitely a book that I would be very surprised if your LCS would have that. Again, a lot of the bigger stores might get it. So if you're in New York, Chicago, New York Midtown, Chicago, Graham Crackers might have had a few copies. Out west in California, Golden Apple probably had a couple copies. I know they had a really high price tag on pre-selling that. In Florida, there might be 1 or 2 shops. There may be 1 shop in Miami, maybe another one in Orlando. I very highly doubt any of the shops in Tampa had one of those for sale. I'm pretty familiar with the Tampa shops. I would find it hard to believe that they would have that incentive at one of those stores. They just don't order typically enough comic books to do that. But yeah, it's a good looking cover. A lot of Art Adams fans out there. I'm not a big Art Adams fan, but I think he did a good job on this cover. It's just like a certain artist, J. Scott Campbell. I'm not a big fan of him, but once in a while he does a really good job on a cover. Then I can see why people want it. I think that's what's happening here. There's definitely higher demand than supply, and hence that's why the price is so high. Last sale, I know the highest last sale I think was 300. Let's see if that's still the case. Yeah, there's actually been a couple sales of 300. A couple sales, one at 250, one at 275. But the last two sales were on May 23rd, both for one for 300. Looks like they paid full price plus shipping, and the other one sold maybe slightly less, slightly less than 300. But it's been selling. Boy, I tell you, I'm no longer going to post. I used to post on. I'm not going to do it anymore. I posted this comic book on CBSI Comic Book Invest, their Facebook group. I posted this, and man, you wouldn't believe the amount of people making comments saying, "Oh, this is a trash book." And this was when it was like $130 to $150 range. I posted about it when it was still, around 130, 150. And everyone thought, "Oh, you're crazy. It's 3 times ratio. What the hell are you doing? Why would you buy that? This will be I had people saying it was going to be a dollar bin book, right? These are that's the problem with these Facebook groups. I won't post on them anymore. So I deleted myself off the group. I'm not gonna give them my wisdom anymore. What's that saying in the Bible? I think Jesus said it. Might be old, man. Maybe it was Old Testament. I don't know. Something about throwing your pearls before swine. So that's kind of how I feel. I'm not going to throw out my pearls of wisdom before swine on these Facebook chat forums or whatever. So I basically I just deleted it. I deleted my posts, and I'm like, whatever. I don't want to argue with people. You get a lot of people that just, first of all, they don't know who they're talking to. I am easily one of the best people in this business at predicting comic book trends, what books are going to be hot. All you got to do is look at my Instagram account. If you want proof, go through my Instagram account, and you will see I've highlighted books before they've become hot. I've done it many, many, many times over the years. Those of you that have followed me for a long time know this. And this was just another example of a book that, I was on this very, very early. I was able to pick up a copy for about 130, and I think I got another one for about 165, something like that. So I definitely did not pay ratio. I couldn't get it for ratio. The only online store that I follow where I had a chance to get it would have been Third Eye, and it was gone in a heartbeat. I wasn't fast enough to grab it. And that was the only one I knew of that had it for $50. So congratulations to whoever was able to pick that up for $50. If you found this at your LCS for $50, hats off to you, my friend. Nothing like buying a book that's worth 6 times that out of the gate. So, if anyone was able to pick it up for $50, congratulations. I think I did get a message from maybe it was Manny. Somebody told me that they passed on it for like $40. I was like, what? What the hell did you do? Or it was even cheaper. I think Manny said he could have got it for like $30 or something, and he didn't pick it up. I'm like, oh God. Well, that's a $250 mistake. I'm sure it won't be the last. I've made plenty of high dollar mistakes like that, not picking up certain books. So, I'm usually pretty good at predicting. I'm not perfect. No one is. I mean, this is a tough business to be accurate about all the time. But yeah, I definitely had nailed this one. I talked about this book way before it came out. And yeah, it's been a good one. It's been a good one for sure. All right. What do we got? We got another book here. I don't think this one has exploded in value. I just like the cover. It was a total cover buy for me. I think I got it at around $15. And that is the Adam Hughes Gun Honey. I think that's the Virgin exclusive, the Virgin variant. I think it was like a 1 in 15. So I got it for ratio, $15. Yeah, I guess she's naked there, but the hair and the gun seem to be strategically placed so that it's not uh, technically a nude cover. But it's a 9.2 now. There you go. Now it's okay. It's in my life. I talked about this book. This is another book I was early on. I posted about this on Instagram. I picked it up for $40, and it's a $200 book now. Again, if it's a high ratio 1 in 50 Harley Quinn and it's a good cover, it's it's going to do well. An example is I did it on my Instagram today. I posted about a book that's not doing well, which is Harley Quinn number 40. Um, I posted a live stream about it this morning. The 1 in 50. So, it's a 1 in 50. It should do well, right? Not really. Not if it's a terrible cover or a cover that's not that great. So here's the 1 in 50 Casper Winegard cover. And as you can see, there's been a couple sales at $30, $22. Yeah. That one's not doing well. Hey, someone paid $50, but it's been basically at ratio or mostly under. And it's because it's a shitty cover, basically. I know art is subjective. Maybe some people think that's a great cover, but I don't. I think it's not very good. So, and obviously, I think the market agrees with me. If it was a great cover and it's a 1 in 50, then it should be doing as well as Harley Quinn 37 and Harley Quinn 39, which have done extremely well because the covers are good. So that's the talent I have, and the talent that I bring to the table is I've got a talent for seeing really good art, and I try to relay that to you guys so that you can take advantage of it as well. But yeah, this was a cover that I remember seeing it in the pre-orders, and I passed on it right away. I was like, nah. And I was correct. It's not doing well. So you got to have a great art cover. Again, 37 1 in 50 is still, there's only a couple on, you can see the last sale was May 4th. Somebody accepted a little less than $370. I mean, that's still a lot of money. This is a 1 in 50. So someone offered maybe 320, 325, 350, who knows what they offered, but way above the 50, the 1 in 50 ratio. And you can see there's been a couple deals. There's an auction here that closed at 175. That's definitely a lot less than what it has sold for before. There's a 9.8 that sold for 800. There's another raw that sold for 350. There's your big raw price right there, April 7th. $455, 29 bids. Yeah, people got excited about that. That's probably, at that time, there was probably only that one on eBay. So people went a little nuts for it. But this book's going to cool down. I mean, what'll happen is there'll be less and less listings. The price, someone who really wants to sell their copy. Oh, look at this poor bastard. He sold his copy on March 19th for $35. Oh, he sold it for less than a ratio. Ouch. Yeah. I mean, what happened here? Oh, it was a 9.2, I guess. Still, you sold it for $35. You didn't see that the day before a copy sold for $200, and then 2 days before that, $172. This seems very strange to me that someone would sell that for $35. It seems very, very weird. I mean, look, March 17th, $375. That was an auction too. I don't know. That one looks like an anomaly. Like, what the heck? Someone sold it for 35 bucks. Even if it has a spine tick on it, man, I don't know. Seems nuts to me. But that, as you can see, that one's done well, and also at 39, as I just showed you, way above ratio, but not crazy, not as crazy as 37. For some reason, 37, I think that solicitation was very late. This one was not late. This one was early. I think people had enough time to get their orders in. So there's definitely going to be a higher print run of issue 39 at that 1 in 50 ratio. At least that's what the pricing is indicating right now. It's selling around 100 bucks. There's probably your high sale right there, 225 basically. Yeah, that looks to be the high sale. 225. That book's doing well. Not bad. All right. There's a few more books to mention. I think I talked about this one briefly. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. This is the Gist cover. For some reason, this seems to be somewhat rare. I did not see a lot of copies for sale on eBay. When I looked the other day, let me see. Maybe that's changed. Let me take a look. Let me take a quick gander. That was number 5, the 1 in 50 by Gist. Let's see if there's been any sales here lately. Oh, March 12th. Well, it was March 12th. $30. That was a long time ago. Look at this. Look at this. What the hell is this? May 3rd, someone did an auction and it sold for $5.99. Holy crap. That seems insane. What the hell? No one was paying attention. I obviously didn't know about it. I think I would have bid at least 20 bucks for a 1 in 50. Man, that seems weird. May 3rd. Huh. Let's see if there's any listings right now for sale. Yeah, see, that's what's weird. There's one listing. All right, there's one listing for 50 bucks plus shipping. That's right at ratio. There's one for 40. Okay, this book isn't that hot then. The other day I was looking at, I didn't see any listings. It was weird. So there's 3 listings. Pretty much all around ratio pricing. Okay. There's a 9.8 asking 300. All right, man. It's a nice cover by Gist, but I guess it's not that hot. I thought it was a little bit more rare than it was, but apparently it's not. So scratch that. Never mind. I think that's still around ratio. Speaking of Gist, I do like this cover too. I think this is Lotus. What is it? Lotus Land? It's kind of a cool book. It's kind of like a detective crime story. Yeah, Lotus Land number 6. I just like that Gist cover. He's so good at doing those covers. Let's see if that one. I didn't see one the other day. Maybe there's more listings now. Lotus Land number 6. I think it was a 1 in 25, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a 1 in 25, wasn't it? Maybe if I type in Gist. Take a look here. I can't remember if it was a 1 in 25 or not. So I'll just type in Gist. Yeah, no copies for sale. Amazing. Huh. Well, these are sold listings, so I don't know if there's any currently for sale. Let me see if there is. By the way, that's a cover I like right there. That Mira cover for number 3. That's an awesome cover. I think I picked that one up. I really like Mira's artwork. I just think he's got like a darkness to his artwork. I like it. Yeah, I don't see any listings of that Gist cover, so I don't know. Maybe it's a rare book. I've not seen a lot of people. Oh, there's one. Never mind. Oh, this is fine condition. It's My Comic Book Shop. So it looks like you can pick up a fine. By the way, a lot of times they are very, very conservative in their gradings. My Comic Book Shop. I bought one that was like a very fine minus. It looked near mint plus to me. I mean, I couldn't find a damn thing wrong with it. So sometimes it might be worthwhile to grab a book off of My Comic Book Shop, even if they say it's fine or fine plus or whatever. It's usually in better shape than they're advertising it. They kind of sandbag on that. They go a little bit more conservative than what usually is. But I only see that one copy of Lotus Lane number 6. So yeah, I like it. It's a good cover by Gist. Yeah, this is a nice cover. Nightwing. This is Nightwing Annual, 2024 Annual. That's a Matina cover. Just thought it was a cool looking cover. I haven't read it yet. I don't know if it's any good, but it's on my reading list. This is another Gist cover. It's definitely got that Mad Max feel to it. One of the reasons I picked it up. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. This is issue 14. I think this was like a 1 in 10. I don't think it's hard to get. But yeah, it's just it definitely looks like a Mad Max cover to me. Yeah, just cool. Channeling the Mad Max cover or the Mad Max movie. Like the tongue sticking out and everything. It's cool. Yeah, I think it was like a 1 in 10. I don't think it's hard to get either. I don't think it's going for anything. Pretty much get it for around that $10 range, I think. Pretty much. Here's another Matina cover that I like. This is Penguin number 9. Yep. Very, very nice Matina cover. I like that one. Nakayama cover. This is Poison Ivy. I think it's the 1 in 50, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a 1 in 50. Issue 19. Yeah, Poison Ivy number 19 by Nakayama. Yep, nice art there by Nakayama. I like that. Very nice. I think I pre-ordered that bad boy in advance for a little bit less than a ratio. I think it's a 1 in 50. Bjorn Berens, if you like Berens covers. This is a Red Sonja Berens Virgin cover. I like that one. Roxxon presents Thor. This is the Adi Granoff. I think it's a 1 in 50, if I'm not mistaken. This out of the gate was expensive, but I think it's come down in price. So I think you can still get it around that ratio price, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if I go into Roxxon presents Thor, 1 in 50 Granoff. Oh, look at that. You can get they can get it for $20. Oh. That one got smashed. Somebody ordered too much. That tells you right there. There's two different listings for $20 plus shipping. Oh, wow. Oh, there's 3 listings for $20. And then it jumps up to 16 and 40. Yeah. Wow. You would think, I mean, I wouldn't think that a lot of shops will order heavy on that. Man, that sounds like a good deal for me. To me, $20. It's a good cover by Granoff. I like it. It's a great cover. I'm a fan of Granoff's artwork. I think he's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but $20. That seems like a good deal. I know I paid more than $20 for mine, so yeah, it sounds like a good deal. Frizen, this is the, what is it, number 36? The 1 in 50, and then there's the regular cover. Yeah, I pre-ordered those. Got a little bit of a discount. What's up, D? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, I did get a lot of hate on that post, that Godzilla post. Yeah, I mean, I think every post I put on there, I get probably 90% of people that there'll be a bunch of likes too, but the comments are always negative. So, I mean, I guess that's social media these days. I don't know. I don't really get a lot of negative posts on Instagram when I post something, but Facebook group, it's like, I don't know who these people are on Facebook, but man, they're vicious. Whew, they're like, I hate it. What is it? You ever met somebody like that? I hate it. What is it? What is it? I hate it. That's kind of like what a lot of these people are in these Facebook groups. Just crazy. All right. I think I have a few more books to show off. This was a book that I thought would really dive in price, but I guess it's held up okay. It is Spider Boy. I think this was a 1 in 50 by Rose Besh. It's definitely not my favorite Rose Besh cover. It's okay. It's nothing great. I got that at a little bit of a discount, but I think it's gone lower. I think you can get it pretty inexpensively. Spider Punk Arms Race. I got issue 1 in 3. I don't know what happened to 2. I'll have to see if I didn't pre-order it. I may have to go buy it. But yeah, I'm a big Takashi Okazaki, and he likes to draw people chewing bubble gum and blowing a bubble. Apparently, that's his signature move on Spider Punk. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this was just a cover buy. I like this cover. I don't think it's going for anything over ratio. It was a 1 in 25. Star Wars: The High Republic #7. I just like this cover. I think this is by who did that cover? I don't remember. I liked it though. You got to put in The High Republic #7. Who did that cover? Is there any on eBay? I don't know. Pretty sure it was a 1 in 25. Man, I can't think of the artist's name right now. Oh, Lee Garbett. Yeah, Lee Garbett. Yeah, you can get it for $20. Basically $21. So it's right under ratio. There's one copy at $20, and then there's a bunch of copies in the $40 to $50 range. So yeah, it might be somewhat rare. That might be a good pickup if you can. Yeah, and that one's a new listing too for $18 plus shipping. So should probably show that. So yeah, you can see there's a brand new listing. Basically, what, $22 plus tax, and then after that you're at 50. You're basically at a $50 price tag or more. So yeah, it's a nice cover, but I like red covers anyways. So yeah, I like the Lee Garbett cover. It's nice. I like that cover. Oh, this was one that I posted on Instagram. I found a good deal. I think I got it for like $12 shipped. So I got it for basically cover price plus shipping and tax. But I didn't pre-order this, so yeah, I didn't get it real cheap. But Strange Academy, Blood Hunt, I think it's #1. This is the B cover by Doily, and that is the first cover appearance and the first appearance in this issue of a new character called Pia. Pia, that's Pia right there. I think Pia is male, but you don't know these days. So I don't know what pronoun though. I don't know what pronoun that character is going by, but I think it might be a male. I'm not sure. Ultimate Black Panther. Yeah, that Raza. I think it's Raza. Is it Boss Logic? I think it's Boss Logic. Isn't it Boss Logic? That's the problem. Raza and Boss Logic, I get confused quite often because some of their covers are very similar. I'm going to guess that it's Boss Logic. I think that was a B cover. Yeah, I like it. Good cover. I think I picked up a couple copies of that one. I think by mistake. Sometimes I pre-order things a couple times and I forgot that I already pre-ordered it. Happens. I've got the original up on the wall behind me there. Let's see. See if you can. Oh, it's way up there. Yeah. This one right there. That's the original X-Men number 130, the first appearance of Dazzler. And I got the foil and the regular non-foil. It's good to have reader copies. So if I ever want to read this story, I don't have to touch the original. I'll just pull these out. These are not worth near as much. And yeah, it's good to have facsimiles, especially on books that you already own. So you don't have to open them. And if you got books that you don't think you'll ever buy, it's definitely worth getting the facsimile, right? So you can still have the story. It looks identical. It's a replica of basically of the original issue. It's kind of cool. This was a total cover buy. I just thought this cover looked awesome. I have no idea who the artist is, but it's The Valley of Death, Usher of the Dead. Yeah, it's just an awesome looking cover. I don't know. I don't know who did this, but yeah, maybe I should highlight who did that. Yeah. Give credit where credit is due. It's a nice cover. I don't think it tells me who did that. Let me see. Sometimes the back of the book they'll tell you who the cover artist was. I don't know if it's going to tell me or not. Yeah, I don't think it's telling me. Oh. The interior art is by Wolfgang Schwant. Schwant? Schwant? Writer is Keith Rommel. Yeah, I don't know who did that cover. It's cool though. I like the skulls at the bottom. Yeah, it's just a cool looking cover. I don't know. I like it though. That was a cover by. I don't know anything about the comic book or the publisher or anything. So I saw that on Midtown and I was like, oh yes, I must grab that for cover price. It wasn't too expensive. I haven't read it yet, but I'll let you know. Maybe it's a good read. This was definitely a cover by Venom Separation Anxiety #1. This is the John Boy Myers cover, and man, look at that long ass tongue. It's crazy. It's a great cover. I mean, John Boy Myers once in a while kills it, and he definitely killed it on that cover. I like it more than the Sandoval cover. I know the gold Sandoval 1 in 200 is going for crazy money right now, and maybe deservedly so, but I think this is just such a great cover, and it wasn't an incentive or anything, so you didn't have to pay a lot of money for it, which is nice. Here's one of my favorite artists so far of 2024. I just dig his art. I just think he's very, very good. This is Sebastian Firamira, and this is the Wesley Dodds Sandman #6. I think that was a C cover. I don't think it was an incentive though. Either way, I didn't pay a lot. I didn't pay a lot of money for this. $10 shipped or something. But man, the art is so good in this. I love that cover. It's so good. He's definitely one of my favorite artists lately. I think he's doing an awesome job. He's got a really good Batman cover coming out for Detective. I think he did. It's got Dr. Freeze on it. Yeah, it's awesome. I pre-ordered that one. It's a 1 in 25, I think. This is another artist that I like. This is Nicoletta Baldari. This is the What If Venom #4. And I think that's a 1 in 25. I got it for like $10. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. $10. Maybe it's a decent read. I don't know, but I dig her artwork, and Yeah, we got Loki, kind of a crazy looking Loki there on the cover. Yeah, these are ones I pre-ordered a long time ago. I finally got them from Third Eye. I don't know if I've shown them or not. This is White Widow #1. This is the 1 in 50, and apparently I ordered 2 copies. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going for more than that. It's a Rose Besh cover. I do like Rose Besh, and I think she did a pretty good job on that cover. But if I type in White Widow #1, 1 in 50, I think it was a 1 in 50. Yep. There's the Rose Besh asking $100 plus shipping. Looks like there's a bunch of lyrics. Lee's. Only one Rose Besh on eBay. Wow, that's kind of shocking. That's it? Just one copy? Well, I got 2. There's another one. They got the wrong photo there, but they're asking $102. Yeah, just 2 copies only on eBay. Wow. It seems odd. I would have thought there would be a few more than that. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Who knows? Last but not least is Wonder Woman #8. This is the Villa Lobos. Yeah, looks like Adam Hughes to me. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna mention real quick. I did my. I think I did a live this morning on it. Oh, D-Pass on the White Widow. Yeah, looks like it's there's not too many copies on eBay at the moment. So the Essentia. I'm gonna show this. You'll see what this is going for. I know last night. I'll do Jace. I think the J. Scott Campbell is the one that's going for money. Let's see. There you go. $289. You got one. Somebody asking $450. Holy crap, it's crazy. There's somebody with an auction already at $299. $299. There's one here for $289. Obviously, they didn't realize that you could just buy it for $289. They're kind of hoping someone bids higher than them. Here's another one that just got listed. 4 days left at $10 at the moment. But obviously the story is that J. Scott Campbell is selling in that, high $200, low $300 range. And then you have this one, which is the Frank Miller that apparently nobody wants. D is asking me if I picked up the Lobos Black Cat 1 in 100. Yes, I did, sir. I was able to get a copy. I think I got it at just below ratio. Yeah. Where did I get that from? I think I got it below ratio, but yeah, definitely less than $100. Yeah, it's a good pickup. It's a good cover. I may show that here in a second. But this Frank Miller cover, yeah, it's pretty awful. I mean, I'll zoom in here. You can kind of see for yourself. It's not the greatest cover. I don't know what's on her knees, but the knees almost look like they're breasts. I don't know what's going on here. The feet look a little jacked up. The eyes look strange. I mean, it's just a weird. Like this cover looks like it took him less than 10 minutes to draw. I mean, we know he didn't do the coloring. He probably sketched it out real quick and brief, and then somebody came in and inked it and did the coloring. So I don't know what they paid Frank Miller to do this, but I'm sure it wasn't cheap. And if you look at I mean, I think it's like a $40, $50 book only. Yeah, if I change this to Frank Miller. So basically, if you collected these comic books from Essentia, I think issues 13 through 17. They had a coupon in them, and to redeem it, you had to tear out the coupon, send it to Essentia, plus a check for shipping and handling, and you would get a sealed box per number of. So if you sent in those 4 coupons, and you sent in multiple ones, like, right, there's people that got 5, 6, 7, 10, maybe 10 boxes of these. They had to collect the comic book, clip the coupon, and mail them in. And for that, you would get a sealed box that would have either a Frank Miller or a J. Scott Campbell cover. And there's only 300 of these that were made. So I guess after 380, if you mailed it in, they sent it back to you saying, "Tough toenails, you're not getting it." I don't know. I don't know how they limited it uh, to only 380, but 380 obviously to me is not a low print run. I mean, I buy exclusives all the time that are 50, sometimes 50 to 100 only. So 380, I guess maybe that's low for a J. Scott Campbell cover. Obviously, for a Frank Miller, nobody cares because it's a $50 book or less. It's around $50. So my prediction is the J. Scott Campbell was going to be that $300 range for a while. In about 6 months, the memories draw short, and people will kind of forget about this, and the J. Scott Campbell will probably drop down, probably below 200 at some point. I don't know if it'll ever go below 100. It probably won't. That's a limited enough print run where, plus there's going to be a certain number that are going to stay sealed. So there's not going to be 380 copies of that J. Scott Campbell out there because there's going to be some that are sold and kept sealed. And that's probably going to stay at that $200 range for a while. But the Frank Miller, I could see that definitely being a $10, $20 book eventually. So if you're jonesing to get that Frank Miller copy, that Frank Miller cover, I would not pay $50 for it right now. I would wait 6 months, maybe less. It might be less time than that. There'll definitely be somebody that sells that for like 10 or 20 bucks. So, yeah. D sent one in and got the Miller. Oh, yeah, I feel for you. That's too bad. Frank is a hit and miss lately. Lazy art. Yeah, I mean, I'd say most of his covers are a miss. I think the only one I liked was, I think he did a Hulk cover that I liked. I picked up one copy. I got it cheap too. I mean, I didn't pay a lot of money for it. Yeah, it's a 1 in 50. I thought this one was good. I don't know. I just like the look of it with the stones flying everywhere. I don't know. This one I liked. Incredible Hulk number 3, the 1 in 50 by Miller. That one I like. This one I like. I think that one looks fine, and you can pick it up for $30 free shipping. I think I paid around 35 or 40. So yeah, I didn't pay the full price for it. There's the trade dress, I guess. But there is a version that was a 1 in 50. Apparently, there's only one copy on eBay at the moment. Interesting. Oh, there's another one for 51. There's one copy for $30, so that one's a good deal. The rest are in that $50 range. So I think that one's good. But yeah, a lot of the Miller covers, I can't think of any other Miller covers of late that are fantastic. That's the one that kind of stands out as being decent. Another book that's been really hot is that Blood Hunt Red Band. Let's see if that's still going. I think that first issue was going for over 200 at one point. I don't know if it still is. Yeah, let's take a look. Someone's asking 250. Oh, there's someone asking 170. That's a new listing. All right, 170 seems to be the new floor on that. I knew that was going to come down. That's probably going to get down to about $100. So if you really, really want that cover, it's a one. I mean, that's still a lot for a 1 in 25, right? I mean, it's still going for 4 times ratio, even if it got down to $100. But right now, the one that seems to be really hot is issue 2, which has got the Wolverine on the cover. I did pre-order one of those for $50, so I paid twice ratio. Obviously, I'm happy I pre-ordered it because, yeah, that one's going for pretty good money. I think that one's like over 200 now. I think the buy it nows are, yeah, 350. Oh, there's one for 200. So the price, yeah, there's one for 190. So the prices are probably going to come down on these. They're hot at the moment. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, they'll be less hot, and I think the price will drop. So if you really like these covers, which they're good covers, I think they're good. I should get issue 2 pretty soon. I don't think they're gonna hold at those values too much longer. So if you bought multiple copies and you're thinking about selling a few of them, yeah, this is probably a good time to unload it. Especially that issue 2. That's definitely at a premium at the moment. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I'm probably going to go to bed in a few minutes. I'm an old man. I also have to take my son to school tomorrow. It's his last day of school. He's graduating 6th grade. I don't know, graduating. He's just going into. I don't know why we say graduate. You don't graduate until you're done with school completely. I don't know why these schools. Oh, you graduated elementary school. You graduated middle school. They never had any of that. When I was young, they didn't have graduations for middle school or elementary school, but apparently that's a thing now. But he will be entering 7th grade next year, so I'm going to be taking him to school early in the morning. So I got to get to bed soon. I need my beauty rest. I mean, it takes a lot to, keep this elegant facade going. All right, guys, that's what I had for you. I hope that was some informative information. I do want to go more through my pre-orders on one of my next live streams. So maybe if I get some time this weekend. I also want to review the Hot 10 list that's coming out tomorrow, Friday evening. Normally it comes out late enough that I don't have time to do it on Friday, but maybe on Saturday I'll try to post that. Try to do a live stream on Saturday, reviewing that Hot 10 list. We'll see what books are on there. I imagine there'll be more X-Men books. That's been the hot book lately. Is this X-Men 97? The cartoon, I watched it the other day. It was really, really good. I was entertained by it. I thought they did a good job with it, and it's definitely driving all things X-Men, especially that series with Apocalypse. And yeah, I need to pull out my Apocalypse. I have the first cameo and first appearance of Apocalypse. I think I have one of them in a really high grade too. So that book is definitely on the move right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if that shows up on the Hot 10 list again. So yeah, we'll see what the list brings. But I think X-Men, because of that cartoon, has been on fire lately. So I mean, Disney, that's all you got to do is just come out with a good product, have good writing, and make it interesting, and people get excited. I don't know. Doesn't take much. And in the world of comic books, it doesn't take a whole lot for us to get excited about a particular comic book. You just have to have decent writing, and it's been pretty tough. We've been in the desert for a long time here, especially these Marvel movies. So I am very hopeful that Deadpool and Wolverine is gonna be a really good movie. I definitely think it's gonna be entertaining. I don't think Ryan Reynolds would attach himself to anything that was trash or woke or any of the things that have been plaguing all these Marvel movies. I don't think that's going to be the case. Plus, I think they made it an R rating, so they're not placating to get a PG-13. I think they're going to make it hardcore. It's going to be hopefully as good as number 1 and 2. I don't know. We'll see. It's tough to beat. It's tough to do a sequel. It's definitely tough to do a trilogy that really stands over time, but we'll see. We'll find out in July, right? Early July, I think is when that comes out. All right, guys. I hope you have a great Thursday evening, and I will see you this weekend. We'll do another live stream here on my channel. All right, guys. Have a good one.